The role of Scarlett in Gone with the Wind instantly elevated Vivien Leigh to the film Olympus, but she did not consider it something outstanding. Her track record includes Ophelia, Blanche Dubois, Cleopatra, Anna Karenina, Juliet, Antigone, Lady Macbeth, and Lady Hamilton. But most of us remember only a cheeky egoist in an emerald dress made from mom's curtains, Scarlett Oh, Hara. Vivien Mary Hartley was born in India on November 5, 1913 in the family of an English soldier and actress. From an early age, she decided to become a great actress and performed on stage for the first time at the age of 3. In 1920, she was sent to the monastery of the Sacred Heart in England to receive her first education. Then there was the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts, where, already during her studies, Vivien starred in small roles in films and commercials. In late 1931, Vivien met Herbert Lee Holman, a lawyer who was 13 years her senior. They got married, and in 1933 their daughter Susanna was born. In the role of only a housewife, Vivien was suffocating, and it was then that she got her first worthwhile role in the film Things Are Getting Better, which became her debut. During this period, she decides to change her real name to a pseudonym, and despite the option offered by her manager, April Morn, becomes Vivien Leigh. At the same time, Vivien met the main character of her life, Laurence Olivier. The legendary British director and actor invited the actress to co-shoot the film Flame Over the Island, after working on which Vivien Leigh became known throughout the country. A friendship developed between the actors, which turned into a romance. At this time, Vivien Leigh read the iconic novel by Margaret Mitchell and caught fire with the image of Scarlett. She was sure that she was perfect and surprised everyone by saying that she would definitely be taken into this film, unlike Olivier, but she was terribly nervous anyway. Then Leigh played Ophelia, and Olivier later recalled the incident. Before going on stage, she suddenly started shouting at him, then became quiet and began to stare at one point. That was the first bell. They began to live together because neither Holman nor Olivier's wife, actress Jill Esmond, agreed to give the couple a divorce. Olivier developed a career in film, but despite his success in Britain, he was poorly known in the States, and having agreed to the role of Heathcliff in Wuthering Heights, he went to Hollywood and left Vivien in London. She moved to Los Angeles under the pretext of being with Olivier, and she was immediately cast in the role of Scarlett. Filming turned out to be difficult. Vivien became friends with some, quarreled with others, and also missed Olivier, who lived in New York. The film became the rental leader for many years, and of the 10 Oscar awards won, there was also the award for Best Actress, which Vivien Leigh received. Vivien and Laurence got married after the spouses of both gave them consent to divorce. Vivien's daughter stayed with her father. They were a beautiful, spectacular, iconic couple of the world of cinema and loved each other, but they often brawled and eventually broke up. But Vivien signed herself with Lady Olivier's name until the last few days. In many ways, the estrangement between the spouses was influenced by Vivien's illness. In 1944, she was diagnosed with tuberculosis in her left lung. A year later, she had a miscarriage. Vivien fell into a deep depression, which reached its peak when she almost attacked her husband, verbally and physically attacking him until she fell to the floor sobbing. Olivier found these symptoms familiar, several days of hyperactivity, and as a result, an emotional breakdown, after which Vivien did not remember anything, but was very confused and remorseful. While working on the image of Blanche Dubois in The Tran Desire, the actress developed a serious mental disorder, the prerequisites for which her husband noticed, but she coped flawlessly with the role. Vivien won her second Oscar and bipolar affective disorder. A few years later, she would say that it was the role of Blanche that led her to madness. Meanwhile, Laurence married a young passion, and Vivien practically stopped acting in films, but she could not quit the theater. She began a romantic relationship with actor John Merivale and still suffered from bouts of depression and bouts of tuberculosis. On the night of July 7, 1967, Merivale found her body on the floor upon returning home. He first contacted her family and later called Olivier. Laurence stood and prayed for forgiveness before he helped arrange the funeral. The death was publicly announced on July 8. The lights of every theater in central London were extinguished within an hour. In accordance with Vivien's will, her body was cremated and her ashes scattered over the lake near her home in the village of Blackboys in East Sussex County.